Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep. So I think what went wrong last time was the heavy armor. Basically, I'm living in fear of getting overwhelmed, and that means I'm living in fear of wearing heavy armor. So we're gonna try another melee thing, but let's try it with a little more sneakiness this time. So I think we're gonna start as Brigand. My plan is still to end up in Sword Dancer, but Brigand has some cool abilities that I think will combo well. Shadow Step is a movement ability, Escape Artist is a movement ability, and Cloak and Dagger is a movement ability. There's a lot of stuff in here that involves you taking steps, and then we have a little bit of crowd control stuff. There's some sleep traps, a stun, and passives. So this is just sometimes you just hit enemies harder, I'm assuming is the way this works. And the first strike each time we get into combat, it's like you have to be out of combat for 4 or 5 turns, I think, and then this triggers and you get some crits. It all seems pretty good, but with the exception of the master ability, I don't think the Brigand's passives are all that strong. So we won't really be losing that much when we switch over into Sword Dancer. Yeah, should be cool. I'm hoping it will be cool. Now, here's a question. Did I pick the right perks last time? Or the right feats last time? Or did I... Because it's entirely possible that the reason I died has nothing to do with the feats that I took. But what would have saved me? I don't think Quick Step would have been enough to get me away at any point. Having extra JP might have been valuable. We could have had another ability or two, maybe. I don't know exactly how much extra this is. I wish it said. I'm sure it's a percentage increase, so I wish it would tell you. Keen Eyes probably wouldn't have helped. Monsters are much less aggressive toward you. Actually, very well might have helped. I don't know that it will necessarily be important now that we're going to go a little bit lighter. But maybe this is worth taking anyway. And then in the lower levels, at least, I do end up eating food more often than I end up using my flask. I'm wondering if maybe Food Lover is better than Thirst Quencher. Again, there's not a lot of numbers attached to these things, so it's hard for me to tell exactly what their effectiveness is. Let's stick with Thirst Quencher. It's easier to use the flask when you're in a lot of danger, because flasking doesn't take your turn. I'm pretty sure you can put food on your quick bar to eat it without taking a turn to dig through your bag, and I think that's a thing I might have to start doing. Alright, my experience with the Brigand in the past has been that it is a pretty good class. And mobility stuff is, I'm realizing, very, very important. So, let's start with expertly move past an opponent dealing 150% weapon power plus a 45% weapon power bleed. Seems awfully good. Firebomb also seems pretty okay. And the stun. I think let's take Cloak and Dagger and Firebomb to start with. Yeah, 1 stamina, 1's energy. And we'll pick up Escape Artist quickly thereafter, because it's only 25 more JP. Now, there's no particular reason that we need to be using a dagger. Right? I don't think I have any class stuff that wants me to be using any particular weapon at all, except that it would be good if my weapon was sharp. And we don't really have to be using a sword for Sword Dancer either, it's just that there's some stuff that triggers off of parries. There's mechanics in there that deal with parries and ripostes, and swords give you more parries and ripostes. Oops, not store. Hey, I got a bag of grain, cool. So let's find a good sharp object. And this is not necessarily very brigandy, but sure does hit hard. So the benefit of the dagger class weapons is that, first of all, they deal extra damage on consecutive hits, and secondly, when you crit, you gain a bunch of CT, probably enough to give you a free turn. This hits everybody adjacent to us, so it's a little bit of crowd control built in, and on crit, it lowers defenses. I like hit everybody, new item changes plus 124% damage. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's equip that. Did I leave any cool armor in there? There's some spectacles and a bow. That's like the default stuff that just lives in there. I don't think we want to take out Dungeon Digest. We should save this for a character, even though we have two. We should save them for characters that have spirit power-based attacks. I have some pretty okay hide armor. Maybe better to save for a pet class. I know that at least the Florimancer can make good use of this. I suppose there's no particular reason I need to be a melee. Well, I don't know if a bow counts as a sharp weapon, though. Whatever, it's fine. We'll be in melee at first. Alright, let's get some rumors. Alright, kill a thing. Absolutely. Easy. Easier said than done. No, wait. Easier done than said, probably. We gotta bring a grotto flyer some charcuterie. Is that how it's pronounced? Charcuterie? Charcuterie? I don't know where the accent goes. Anyway, XP. That one's probably not getting done, though. And find the spiny maze for a very small amount of JP. Okay. I will do this. Alright, thanks, Julia. Alright, this is pretty good starting damage. So yeah, my read on the Paladin from last time is I think Paladin's actually pretty fun. It's a pretty good class. I just, man, I got overwhelmed. It's the worst thing. I don't know what to do when I get overwhelmed. Actually, we probably have enough JP to get Escape Artist. Alright, now we don't have a move that closes with enemies. If we find a bow, I probably will take it. I should have a ranged weapon. I'm never going to be a ranged weapon expert, but... we should have a ranged weapon for situations like this when we get 1 or 2 squares away from an enemy, and we can take a pot shot as they close and then switch to the axe. Man, it was just a verdant tonic. You would think I would be able to see what it is from closer than right on top of it. Yeah, see, like right here, this would be a great time to have a bow. So we're attacking with strength, and we will continue to attack with strength once we are a sword dancer. I think taking some strength at first makes sense. Yeah, wow, 98 damage. That is pretty okay. So you can pick up Smoke Cloud. Increases your chance to crit and decreases visibility for the enemies. It's not bad. I think I want to save up for Fan of Knives first, though. Gives me a little bit of a range attack, and also that's a lot of damage. Champion Grizzled Mold-Infested Vermin. Looks like the only special trait he has is Avenger, which is not... this is not going to be super awesome for him, basically. Huh, chance to summon a bone crab when hit. Okay, I'll take that. I wonder how good a summoned bone crab is going to be. Are they going to scale with my level, or maybe with the level of the floor that we're on? Yeah, this is a hell of an axe. We gotta make another good run here, just so that we can get some more items to power up our future starting characters. Wait a second. That's interesting. I gained health from my holy symbol without being hit. I gained health from his attack. Like, he attacked and missed, but I still got the effect. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that could happen. Because the way it's worded implies that they have to hit you, right? Yeah. And if it can trigger on a miss, I'm sure it also triggers on blocks and parries, which makes that item better than I thought it was. This like awkward combination of mouse and keyboard movement that I'm doing is probably not the way the game is intended to be played. I wish I had a ranged weapon. Okay, so he's 54 HP. They hang around for like 9 turns. That's interesting. If you jump onto something with this attack and you kill it, it doesn't necessarily pick up the things that it drops. That's a shame. Yeah, that's pretty okay. We are 10 JP short. So I need like one more enemy. Oh, hey. There was a guy in here. Alright. So Cloak and Dagger, Escape Artist, and Fan of Knives are all stamina abilities. Which means Firebomb is the only thing that we have currently that's using energy. So we should probably lean on that pretty hard. You fool! Great work, Bone Crab. I do love Applewood Grove. Mostly, I've really learned to love Fruit Cobbler. I think part of the reason I was unimpressed with it at first was that I didn't realize that it restored the stats immediately. I just kind of assumed it would behave the way other food behaves. Alright, we clear the place out? Yeah. Ah, my stamina. Walking on water is such a chore. I don't know how Jesus did it. Stop. Stop. Okay. Well, there's an electric boss over here somewhere. Let's maybe go this way first. So I feel like I haven't had to use as much health restoration stuff as a brigand as I did as a paladin. That gives me some hope. So give me 10 extra stamina. Okay. Can I equip 2 holy symbols? Because I think I would rather... Yeah, okay. Hopefully their chances to trigger are independent. So I think I would rather have that than a glowtorch right now. Is he just not... It didn't really feel like attacking me. I should probably eat. Let's go fight whatever this boss is here. We'll come back and get the chest. Ah. And maybe we should go Budokov for a while. Pick up that thing that deflects ranged attacks, because man, I hate enemies with ranged attacks. Oh, there he is. So if I swap places with him, it's just going to put me in the corner right there, and I don't particularly want to be in the corner right there. So why don't we drop this bomb here. I don't think I do need to, yeah. Let's say I don't think I do need to flask for this. Well, things are going super smoothly right here at the very, very, very beginning. That's good. Food is more effective, but you remain full longer. I think I'll stick with my occasional free bone crab. Alright, let's go grab that Pandora's chest real quick. Refill. Pick up some more strength. We're at 245. What do I really need to get before I switch over? Should I just grab everything? Yeah, probably. But Smoke Cloud is not necessarily next. Let's go for Shadow Step next. teleport to an enemy, and cause a shadow bleed when I arrive, and the power of it is based on the distance traveled. That's pretty cool. It also answers some questions I had. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yes, I am down. Wait, no. Because if I do this... If I say okay deal, I don't need to sleep. If I say okay deal, I think it's going to use the campfire to rest, and I don't want to do that. I want to use the campfire to make special food. But first, I want to cook normal food. So I think I only have one fish, right? Yeah. And we don't have any dessert items yet. Actually, maybe I don't want to cook yet. I don't have the ingredients to cook. Okay, so let's just cook up something special. Let's make ourselves some campfire meat. Huh. Does he always give you stuff, even if you don't? Yeah, he gave me another campfire roasted meat. Weird. Maguzmo's a good guy. I wish we could recruit him. Let's turn this into a party-based dungeon crawling game. Just bring Maguzmo with us everywhere we go. Alright, Shadow Step seems like a good ability. So let's Shadow Step these guys. So this does take energy. Huh. It's a shadow bleed. I guess that is what it says. I just kind of, my eyes glossed over the word shadow, I guess. This is a stamina attack. I don't really want to expend a lot of stamina on random Aracudas. Although I guess maybe I should, because... No, stamina is not... It's not like stamina is less limited than HP or anything. Alright, so let's do a Shadow Bleed, and then... that graphic of a knife traveling over the space between us is not, like, totally amazing. Alright, Shadow Bleed and Normal Bleed. Keyboard move when we're around lava, because this is a little, the mouse movement's a little bit tricky sometimes. A short sword of conjuration. I don't think I know of conjuration off the top of my head. Oh, summons lasted extra turn. Sure, fair enough. Yeah, we're leveling up quite a bit more quickly than we're taking damage. Alright, we'll step in here, we'll get our quest completed. And then, do I actually want to go through it, though? Yeah, I probably ought to. Let's go ahead and grab smoke bombs. I don't think I'll use smoke bombs at all here, but... it's a cheap enough ability to just take it, and I kind of want it to stop... I want to have it so that it stops showing me the little exclamation point on my portrait when I really don't have any JP. I'm pretty close to a level. I don't want to use an item, but I'm concerned that I will actually die. Yeah, I'd better. There we go. Cloak and Dagger seems pretty powerful. Alright, the next one levels me? Oh no, the little ones only give me 3 XP, actually. So the next big one levels me, or I have to fight 2 little ones. Oh no, I guess there's probably it's a rounding issue. It's there's some amount of fractional XP, but it's not showing the fraction. It's truncating the values or something. Well, I mean, that's just strength, right? Like, hit harder, take less damage. Seems okay to me. Okay, the little ones have become worthless now, but I do need to keep hitting them if I'm going to, wait a second. I've had a I've had very basic ranged weapons for some time, and I'm just not using them. Also, what is unequip? Give me a shield. And then we'll put a short bow in slot 3. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I need to make any other changes right this second. I'm getting heals from the holy symbols pretty frequently, it seems like. Ah. Yeah, being able to dash up to ranged enemies is almost good enough that I would take... You know what? No, it is good enough. I would take that ability if it did not have a Shadow Blade attached. I hate ranged enemies. Alright, I have not been super thorough here. I've been kind of like... Get him, bone crabs, man. They last for 9 turns, but it takes them like 5 turns to actually get onto anything and engage on it. They like to stand still near the enemies. Let's make sure this is actually clear. Some tiny glinting robes on the ground. Okay, I don't love that it doesn't do any impact damage. But something tells me I will get over it. I like it when things do a little bit of impact damage. First of all, just that I can tell for sure that they're working. It's a very obvious visual sign that a thing happened. But also, it'd be nice that I don't move adjacent to something and then it gets the first swing. Get him, bone crab. Yeah, and the bone crabs are definitely scaling, right? They have more health than they used to, but I don't know what with exactly. It could be me, or it could be the level, the floor of the dungeon we're on. Okay. So we're pretty far off of a level. We should go back to town. There's going to be lots of new stuff, and we can take advantage of the cheapo heal. Delight a cheese wheel-loving crabbid on floor 5. Okay, well that's probably going to be a fail. Ooh, the lava pit. Rewards garnet. Oh, good. A thing that's worth some amount of gold. I don't even know what amount of gold. Let's definitely buy all of the good food. We could use a fish. I do like lightning brew. I don't remember what balsam does, but let's buy it. Scimitar. This raiment of clotting is a little too expensive for me, apparently. Definitely don't want to go heavy armor. Okay, well. Plus 5% chance to crit over just a basic holy symbol. I wonder if that's probably the right thing to do, right? We'll keep the other one on for now. And I may as well sell her my, yeah, these things. So my mouse wheel is scrolling the menus right now. I'm not sure what it is that causes it to not be able to do that sometimes. I wish I... Unfortunately, just not going to be able to provide any meaningful feedback to the developers on that one. Fish and garlic. Hell yeah. We have more garlic, too. Garlic's a good one. Okay, cook that. Unfortunately, we are out of cookies now. Oh, I should have put some garlic in this. Yeah, we took everything from him. Okay, are we high enough level to be able to talk to this guy? No. What's left in our job? 3 skills. Are there fewer job points of skills in this class than in others? I guess the 3 skills we have left are pretty expensive altogether. We gotta figure out something to do with pumpkins. Because I don't really love pumpkins. I think it's a problem that they boost healing from other sources, but then they also make it so you can't eat food. So you get extra healing from your flask, but it's not even that much extra healing, right? The percentage is pretty small. So you end up there we go. You end up probably recovering less health than you would have if you had just used your flask and also a healing food. But it would be cool if the pumpkins can be used in a recipe. I don't know if there are any recipes that... And it's a vegetable, right? So... Ooh, a spiritual glowtorch of scavenging. I'm assuming spiritual is plus spirit? Yeah. That's an interesting one. It's not terribly good for our class, but... could be something exciting for a future character. Let's throw some knives at him. Okay. Well, we're only down 140 health, so maybe I don't need to, maybe I don't need to rest. Maybe I'd be better off just, like, making campfire food. Yeah. And campfire food heals based on percentages, I believe. I know it says it here, but I mean, I think the food in our inventory continues to be a percentage like that. That campfire meat says 190, but it's actually 50% of whatever our current health is. So campfire food cooked now will become more valuable over the course of the game. Okay, so here's where we start to see slightly more difficult enemies. Alright, I need... There we go. Need to remember to alternate my energy and stamina-based attacks. I also probably ought to eat something. I don't know how you miss a bundle of spines that just sits on the ground and can't move around. There's some abstractions in RPG-type games that really just do not make any sense. I'm going to use this turn to eat food. I was hoping to get in a normal attack and then do Cloak and Dagger and kill him. As it is, things didn't work out exactly that way. Do I have bandages? I do. That's some pretty cold-blooded stuff right there. Just sit there and bandage my wounds while I watch my enemy bleed to death. This is how little respect I have for you. I'm gonna start my first aid while you're still alive. Crates dropped javelin. Great. That was a weird little secret area. Secret areas are not great, usually, but I think you get some JP just for finding them. This floor is weirdly light on enemies, isn't it? Yeah, now that I have this dagger throw, honestly, I can usually... Hey, look, I did the thing I was talking about doing. Seems like I can usually kill an enemy with a normal enemy with a single hit after the dagger throw. So if I dash to here... Okay, so now he's got 2 different bleed effects on him. He's at 55% already. I wonder how that works. If I apply a bleed to an enemy who's already bleeding, does it add the bleed values together? So let's see. He ticked 27 from the bleeding. It looks like it does not, in fact, add the bleed values together. So that's good to know. There's no point in replacing a bleed. Except I bet it does, I'm too disarmed to break this chest. I bet it does at least refresh the duration. Alright, sleep traps seem fine. Sleep lasts 5 turns or until the monsters are damaged. This is a good thing. It's a thing we want to have, but let's save up for detect weakness. An ornate chest, short bow of beast slaying, and some rubelite. Man, there are a lot of different kinds of gems in this game for them all to just be money. Right, doesn't it seem strange to you? What have we found? Like 10 types of gems? But I mean, they're common rarity and they go into the shop when you pick sell all my commons, so there's a boss bandit chasing us. We probably ought to deal with that. Let's use the bananas. Okay, we're 8 JP short. This is a range of 4. Yeah, let's get his attention. Can I throw knives at him from here? I can. But the shadow bleed and the physical bleed are 2 different things. Unfortunately, he's an illusionist. This is not the real guy. Whatever, the real guy bled out just as easily. Okay. I think we're pretty clear on this floor. Yeah, we've done pretty much everything of value. And honestly, I'm feeling like pretty ready for the Duke. Maybe I'm being overconfident here, but I think we're in a good spot to take him on. A Nightmare Ice Daggers Spine Bro. Huh. Let's throw a knife at him. I was trying not to dash until he used Materialized Shadow so that I would know where it showed up, but no such luck. Seems like an okay time to apply a couple of heals. Because, yeah, this is going to hurt. Ah, okay. The ice daggers rotate around the space where they were summoned from, not around the current location of the summoner. Good to know. Well, we're finding a lot of treasure, but not a lot of it is very good. Do I have a cheese wheel? I know I have pieces of cheese. I do not have a cheese wheel. Well, we can go back to town for this. A spiritual sheriff's belt. Is it a spiritual sheriff's belt? Or the belt that belongs to a spiritual sheriff? I feel like, man, When I grow up, I want to be a spiritual sheriff. That's awesome. Oh, we should definitely buy teleportation scrolls. Actually, bandages are good too. Someday we'll earn the right to be a spiritual sheriff. Do you have... Yes, you do. Also, this stuff is all useful. I don't really need cheese that much, but I like all of these things. Old Amber Station. No, we're not going to get that. I hate the ones with the damage limits. Okay, so let's make a cobbler, and let's use garlic in it this time. Because we very often use cobblers during combat because of the instant restoration, so this combines pretty well. Huh. That's interesting. What is this? This is like... Why are the values changing when I mouse around? It could have been a rounding error, except now we've seen 4 different health values. Man, I don't understand anything in this game. Do I have 2 fish? I only have 1 fish. Alright, we are about to level up. Let's take Detect Weakness. And now let's go talk to this guy. Because I want to actually learn... We learned this before, right? Cross slash... Yeah, okay, that's a cool one. What is Axe Mastery? A vicious melee weapon. Its mastery is focused on group attacks and debuffs. Cleave takes a step forward while attacking nearby enemies and breaking their armor. Well... What about the other masteries? Okay, stab that doesn't take a turn, that's a good ability. Wild swings and stunning effects. Use it to swing at a random enemy with incredible force, possibly stunning them. Okay. That doesn't seem bad. We know the bow. I don't think we know the spear ones, right? Attack a nearby enemy and move it around. Okay, and we've seen fist mastery too, right? Yeah, flying kick. Flying kick's a good ability. Alright, I'm still not 100% sure what kind of weapon we want to end up using once we're a sword dancer. Because it doesn't have to be swords, but it might end up being swords. Give me that! Okay. Did I fail the quest already? Perhaps long ago? Yeah. I think it was one of the ones with the, Oh, just moving around him marks his weakness, and I just have to hit him from the side. Stop doing that. Alright. Well, at least I get my cheese back. We are about to level up. Should I just go up to Dirt Beak's den right away after I level? Take advantage of the fact that I'll be at full health? Probably, right? Alright, get some good knife throws in. I definitely clicked on that crab. Alright, well, I'm paralyzed and cannot attack. I could envenom my weapon. So newly applied bleed effects will be poison damage instead of physical. I didn't really understand what the big value of this was at first, but now I think the point is that you can apply a poison, then turn this back off and bleed again, and then you have 2 bleeds instead of 1. Kind of think I'm just gonna bandage, I guess. That's how I'll use this turn. And then stun him. Okay, finally. Get him, Bone Crab. Wow, it actually worked. That guy dropped a lot of bombs. Alright, let's go deal with Duke Dirt Beak real quick. Am I ready for this? I'm level 6. I have some good fruit cobbler. I should definitely equip this over my other bow. My weapon's good. Yeah, I think we're ready. Okay. I wonder what it is that went wrong the first couple of times we tried this choke point strat. Because it really didn't work the first couple of times. Why don't we do like this? Throw a lot of knives. Alright. This is an inconvenient place for a bomb to be. If I switch positions with Dirt Beak and then move, that'll get me out fast enough. Wow. I'm taking a lot of damage. So let's... Where's the cobbler? Here we go. Make sure we keep the flask running. He's very close. Let's do a knife throw. I wish I was a little further back so I could get more of them with it. Actually, do I want a smoke cloud? I haven't been using it. No, it decreases visibility for enemies. I think that probably means that it prevents enemies from seeing through it. Not that it, like, gives me extra dodge chance or anything, because I think if that was the case, it would just say that. Okay, he just bled out immediately. Alright, I don't think your bird boys are going to be terribly successful in taking me down. I have this feeling. Okay, we're still regenning. Yeah. Yep, that's kind of what I was talking about. A hand axe of vengeance and beast slaying, that sounds pretty okay, but we are using a Francisca, which is just a better axe. Holy crap, that's a lot of Orbs of Reverie. We probably ought to use our Orbs of Reverie a little bit more aggressively. I'm waiting for, like, the perfect item, but... Since we get so many of them, it's probably a good idea to just, like, anything you pick up that's pretty good. Like, we should go inside this Francisca. And maybe we just stick with this while we're a sword dancer, too. Now, there's all kinds of stuff in there about parrying and whatnot, but this is a really good axe. Alright, we have a quest that wants us to go this way. If the Duke ran anywhere, it's probably here. The direct approach is going to be rough and tumble, but I have to be strong, and I won't back down. I do like to face bandits. I find bandits very comforting. Let's head back to town. I think we are going to go ahead and jump inside this axe. Alright, kill some bog frogs for some JP, sure. Discover the flooded temple between floors 8 and 10, but doesn't tell us which branch it's on. Okay, so what is my backup weapon? My backup weapon is maybe this axe that I just found? Well, we certainly equipped this over that. We have a 213 power hammer. Yeah. Has a chance to stun, and on crit will do some extra damage. Chance to freeze enemies. Sure. This will be our weapon for now. Guaranteed upgrade 33 power. Yeah, that's a good start. Oh, a costume party. Every monster is dressed up like a different monster. Fun, maybe should have a question mark at the end of it rather than an exclamation point. So this is a plunderer and that's a chemist. Everything explodes if it's down in that aura. Okay. And unfortunately he's just out of knife throw. There we go. I should actually probably eat something. Wow, that is a costume of an enemy we've never seen before. So this is my bone crab. Yeah, it's a real bummer that the bone crabs spawn so far away from everything. Holy crap. Why are there so many enemies? Well, throw some knives. Jesus. I have two different heal effects going, but I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna die. These enemies are, like... It's not like I'm in a place where I'm crazy out-leveled or anything. It's just... it's just being overwhelmed, is all it is. I could do an escape artist. I'm trying to think, what is the best... This is a chemist. That's a chemist. This is a plunderer. I think I'm more worried about the plunderer. Alright, the food is still healing me, so let's keep that going. The Shadow Step bleeds everything around me, right? Okay, that's a bone crab pretending to be another plunderer. And over here we have King Bradley the Cheat, who is a bandit. Ugh. I appreciate that this class does at least have a good amount of AoE stuff. That's a pretty delayed delivery of damage. I kind of need things to go a little bit more aggressively than that. Huh, a Floraconda that's dressed as that nice bandit lady. Alright, so we can't eat again just yet. We can kill this guy though. Okay, I think we're gonna make it through. I got pretty worried there for a minute. I mean, let's not count the chickens yet, I guess, but... Ow! I did 107 damage. Okay, this is a pretty good knife throw. That's a Panthox. That's not so bad. I don't really have a good ranged attack up right now. We definitely need to keep the healing rolling. Aha! Oh, I'm toxified, but my hunger just wore off. I really want to just eat some campfire meat or something. We're gonna have to deal with the fact that it's restoring less and just, like, we're just gonna have to accept it, because I need health now. Be healthy yesterday, man. The other thing we can do is teleport away. I didn't accidentally slide into some heavy armor or anything, did I? No. Sometimes the enemies just, like, they just want you. Alright, well, we better use this or we'll die. In fact, I may still die. Because I'm not healing nearly as fast as, like, the Toxified is ridiculously powerful. I don't want to Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is my most powerful move, but it will kill me. Fan of Knives. Well, Fan of Knives does a lot of damage. Pretty sure I'm going to die, though. Okay. If that Bone Crab takes the heat for me for a second, we might be okay. Just need a little bit of time. Oh, Bone Crab, you have saved my life. Yeah, the enemies did focus on him for like 2 turns there, and that was all I needed. Okay. I don't care enough about... Ooh, a barrier potion. Alright, I'll take a little bit of damage. Or I won't. Deadly Void is a bad name for that. Okay, well actually, I'm sure we'll lead off with some ranged attacks before the next thing we fight. And let's get some health into me. That's a Goliath beetle. Oh, I hate these. Okay, he didn't, Man, there are a lot of enemy sprites we've never seen before. He didn't bull rush me, which I really appreciate. Huh. So obviously I Cloak and Daggered this guy. So let's hit you and bounce up onto a safer space. I hate bull rush. This is actually a fairly difficult item world. It's not even a difficult enemies kind of problem. It's just there are so many enemies and so densely packed. Okay. Huh, finally. Well, it'll be worth it if we can survive. It is a powerful item. Have I seen the stairs? Okay, they're over here. I don't think I picked up any planks, so we'll just walk across the not actually deadly void. Alright, in the item world, there's not a lot of reason to explore. Okay, I don't think that's actually a problem. It doesn't seem to change anything. It just makes them look more intimidating. Let's save up until we can sneak attack. But we should, again, just keep the health regen rolling. I can't see the crystal, so I don't know what this zone does, which makes me pretty nervous about stepping into it. Champion Quillpaw. Let's put a bomb under that champion. I don't think I want to do anything special here. We probably ought to start up the health, because something tells me it's going to get ugly. Yeah, these guys are taking a lot of damage. It's just they have a lot of health. That's a normal mad chemist. He is the normal amount of mad. Can we find this crystal? What is the deal? Oh. I wonder if it's monsters I kill while I'm standing in here drop extra gold, or if it's monsters that are killed in here, well, you know, while they're in here, drop extra gold. Alright, if we swap places with him, the guy with the crossbow won't be able to shoot at us. This bandit's very clever. I'm sure he's very pleased with himself. Take some of that. Now let's get out of the gas. Apparently he's not going to follow us quite as closely as I'd hoped. But he'll bleed out from that. Okay. I don't know, 45 gold, I don't know if that was an increased amount or not. I do not have a good sense for what enemies normally drop. I don't usually pay a lot of attention to my gold, honestly. Oh, I do not like river spirits. It's not so bad when neither one of you notice the other until you're already adjacent, but man, their ranged attack is pretty okay. I like all the different tile sets that you get to see in the item dreams. Get him! Oh no, not his shadow resistance. Where the heck are the stairs? Here we go. Nope, those are the wrong stairs. He's a puller and he's physical resistant. Unfortunately, I don't have a non-physical weapon available. But we can at least turn our bleeds into poisons. And then give him a little poison. He hit me for 101. And then I guess I cannot teleport to there. Okay, but I can put a shadow bleed on him. So he has a mild bleed, but it's doing poison damage, I hope. Man, we're really, really not doing damage quickly. Okay. It added up over time. Is there any reason not to have Envenom Weapon on, I guess? Oh yeah, because we wanna swap it on and off so that we can bleed people and poison them. Which I am not making good use of, but I've also not really bleeding enemies that much. I'm just kind of killing them with the impact damage of my weapon a lot. Okay, these guys are considerably less dangerous, I think, for a melee class. Because the root is the scary thing about them. Ah, man. Okay. Let's try to make sure we have a lot of health gain effects running. I'm out of bananas, but we could do this. I hate... Maybe I'm being oversensitive about the water spirits, but man, I hate water spirits. Oops. Bled the crystal. Well, I think that guy's gonna bleed out. Stop running! It's very unseemly. Once you get adjacent to them, they stop, it seems like. Hey, how you doing? Oh. Okay. Yeah, they're not really that bad. I've had bad experiences in the past. Well, he is not fighting back, like, at all. Now, let's make sure we get all of the loot over here. Alright, this is the last floor, right? I'm pretty sure it said it was only 3. Aha, fool. Wow, there's onigiri just sitting on the ground, huh? That's weird. Oh, that's a campfire roasted cheese, too. That's not even a cheese wheel. This place is great. Oh, that's a friendly. Yeah, why can't I target him? A jade salamander. Okay, I don't know anything about this guy's attacks. I'm going to preemptively flask. Let's drop a bomb. And then eat something. Maybe something pretty good. Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. Let's eat this one. And then if I shadow step to here, I won't do very much extra damage to everybody, but I will do extra damage to everybody. Okay, he has a huge amount of health if he's still at 74%. That's worrying. Let's swap. Nope. I didn't have the... I pressed the button and then clicked without checking to make sure that it was actually going to go off. Okay, I can't parry. That's probably not that big of a deal. I'm a little concerned about the fact that I have no ability to use abilities, though. So he's bleeding. He's got an acid cloud. He's sitting in an acid cloud. Is it actually hurting him? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, I can't be regaining health any faster than I am currently regaining health. He has a shadow bleed, but not a normal bleed on him. I mean, I think we just hit him, right? I don't have any other recourse. I do have a scroll of teleportation. I could teleport out. I could also use a brew. Yeah, maybe. This slows enemies, but it doesn't actually, like, freeze them. I could do this to regain health, but it's a very small amount of health. He's got a lot of... He hit me for 60. My flask restores about 30 per turn. Well, about 40 per turn. No, about 35 per turn, because math. Yeah, I'm actually going to die. I might get lucky and stun him, but I'm concerned that I'm actually going to die here, and maybe like in a way that I can't really do anything about. I'm surprised. It says he's an average foe, but he's doing a lot of damage. Okay, I pummeled him. He reeled from the blow, so he didn't do any damage to me. And Daniel Doppelganger Hamilton, who is a boss, did not realize until this very moment, is at least hitting the wrong target. Okay. The freeze triggered off of the hammer as well. We got pretty lucky there. Also, every enemy in the universe, for some reason, is charmed, which I'm not complaining about at all. As gas is doing more damage than I thought it would, based on the damage we've taken from gas in the past. I think it's because of the fact that it's from a boss, probably. Okay, thank you, friends. Let's get some power-ups. That's a Choco Bar. Okay, hold on. Before I open this up, let's look at all this new stuff I got. Okay, that's a lot of health. That's a pretty good item. I'm going to use a chicken dinner. Okay, we've discovered Iago Griffin and an annoying river spirit. I'm going to back up and let's try to create a situation where I am not the primary target of all attacks. Okay, that guy being dead is very, very good for us. Oh, I've run out of stamina, though. Well. I don't want to be standing in this, but I don't really have any recourse, so let's do it. Let's move out of the bomb right before it explodes. We're going through a lot of flask charges. Is he dead, or did we just lose sight of him? No, he's not dead. Okay, now he's dead. An ivory cloak. That's something I've never seen before. Just a new class of light armor, maybe one up from the raiment. Well, that has 10% parry on it. That's actually pretty interesting. I can't get rid of the bone crab armor though, right? Oh, and a sickle is a sword. Interesting. This sword is even curvier than the last one. How round do they get? Oh, that's cute, because you move up from short sword to scimitar. There's probably some kind of ring sword, right? It's just a haft with a circular blade on it. Alright, well, we're doing okay now. I have to say that I'm pretty much only alive because of... God, all this free food. Pretty much only alive because of all of the summons and random charmed enemies we've encountered. I don't have any stamina. We got a bunch of power-up drops, but they were all energy. Alright, let's start running another chicken dinner. I like the fact that the bandits are distracted by loot on the ground. Wow, what the hell? Did that guy just like rob me blind and I didn't even notice? Because this is all stuff that I had, right? Is it stuff I still... Is there an ice cream sundae in my inventory right now? There is. This is not my stuff. He's been running around the level collecting things. I guess I'll just shoot at him with my bow if he doesn't want to let me move next to him. I'm pretty sure this... Yeah. I'm pretty sure this goes better for me than it does for him. Thanks, treasure hunter. Man, this is so much good food. I'm still a little concerned because I've used a lot of flask charges in here, but man, we have acquired so much extra health worth of food that it may have actually been, a net positive. That guy's the Memory King. Electrified Ice Daggers Puller. That is a lot of annoying traits. He doesn't... Okay, he just noticed me. I was going to say, maybe we're going to be able to kill this guy off. There's also a mini-boss. Knives Kisaragi. Well, this is bad. Let's try to not be... Okay, yeah. Here we go. Take advantage of a little choke point. Can I... Yeah, okay, this will hit them both. Okay. Hopefully this will make it tricky for some of them to get in. Alright, you can't have much health left. Let's keep the flask running. Do I have any more bandages? I think I used them all, right? Yeah. Yeah, I should definitely be using the filters more often. I always forget. Okay, charmed guys, come through. Help me out. How many turns am I full for? One more turn? Okay. So he's still at full. You can drop a bomb. Try not to stand in the lightning. The bomb is pretty effective. But I'm going to die. We need food that restores everything. What is the best food that restores everything that we have? This is 224, 40, 50. I think that's it. Yeah, that's considerably better than the cobbler. We gotta learn how to make ice cream sundaes. I bet it's milk and something. Alright, next time we're at a fire, let's try it. It looks like... I bet it's milk, banana, dessert item. That guy just hit me for 86? That mad chemist just meleeed me for 86. We are not going to be able to... Like, the actual Memory King is not going to matter, because this guy is a freaking monster. Okay, yeah, I need to move to a place where the enemies can't see me and just, like, regen health for a little while. That guy is a boss. Let's throw some knives. We'll get a bomb off on him. He's physical resistant. We have Envenom on. I'm going to do a Shadow Dash. Okay. There's so much lightning. It's actually really hard to deal with the amount of lightning that we are constantly seeing. Okay. That guy's dead. Now it's the Memory King. I am out of stamina, and we're too full to eat. Okay. He's electrified, which means we're going to take damage from... Oh no, electrified is just the lightning storm. There's a trait that means we take damage from being next to him, isn't there? It's some kind of buff that some of the later enemies can cast. I'm pretty sure we've seen that. I guess at this point we just hit him. Once he spawns the ice daggers, that's going to be a little tricky. But for right now, I think we just let him have it. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad, really. He's still bleeding. You could turn off Envenom and then hit him with the knives. I don't know, it still just says mild bleed once. I guess it's not a different effect, it's just that your bleed, which still exists as just a bleed, no longer does physical. Okay. Jesus. That was harrowing. I really, really thought we were going to die. cheese flan. Oh my god, all these flask charges. We might actually be totally okay on flask charges, in addition to all of the extra incredibly good food we picked up. Yeah, and then obviously we're going to keep going, because this floor is full of fountains. It'd be crazy to stop now. Ooh. A slightly better looking chest. What is that? I don't think we've ever seen pauldrons before. Does small amount of damage to enemies when hit, and gives us -6 damage from physical attacks. We're getting to the point where 3 to 7 HP is no longer as impressive as it once was. Maybe we should, yeah. Okay, that went... Well, it was terrifying, actually. But in the end, I think we came out of it positively, and... we did not pick up any new traits on our axe, but it does have 313 weapon power, and we gained 2,000 money. So that was pretty great all around. Let us go and sell to the people in town. So I've just got a ton of loot. Yeah, another 2,000 gold worth of sales. Oh, and Nando has new stuff since we went in there. Interesting. I want basically all this stuff. Ooh, chocolate. Yeah, okay. So let's try to improvise a little bit here. I think milk and banana and chocolate. Oh, I'm a genius. It's a shame milk is so rare. Okay. We can cap our class. Dropping a firebomb every time we use cloak and dagger is pretty great. I'm assuming that it drops it at the location where you end the move. But yeah, these are pretty okay passives. But I do think we're gonna class switch. I don't know if we need to do it right now. I think what we should probably do right now is end the episode, because it's been like 70 minutes. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying making it. Of course, comments and likes and all that YouTube stuff is greatly appreciated. Come back next time. We are probably going to be switching our class and then heading back into the dungeon to pursue the fleeing bandits. And we'll see you then.